Welcome to the Live Royale channel, where showing up here means showing up for yourself. Together we'll create the life that you want by focusing on your mindset and focusing on your health. Let's go.
I got some new shoes, got me feeling brand new. Yeah. I've been checking out some new views, got me feeling brand new.
Yeah, I'm living different now too.
I've been wearing some new shit. Yeah, I've been on some new.
My name is Chizzy. Yo, chill. I'm just living Royale, and today's topic is step one in making a real change in your life. What is step one, you say? What could it possibly be? Step one is admitting that you are in control of your life. It may seem very simple, but I promise you, for a lot of people, this is very hard to do. A lot of people don't want to take responsibility for where their life is right now. You might not be as successful as you want. Things might be not looking the way that you want them to. When you open your eyes and you look around you, you don't see the car you want. You don't see the house you want. You might not even see the boo you want. But I ain't saying nothing. The only thing I'm saying is, if you don't see what you want, then you have to, one, accept that you're the only one who can make that change. Let's talk about it. When we talk about accepting responsibility for your life, we're talking about taking back your power and taking back control of your life. So I want to introduce a concept to you guys called victimization, or having a victim mentality, or living in a state of victimhood. What does it mean to have a victim mentality? People who live in a state of victimization or have a victim mentality have a tendency to blame their current circumstance on everyone else and everything else, but never on themselves. It's never their fault. Everything in their life is happening to them. It's always someone else's fault that things are happening or that things are going bad. People with a victim mentality always feel like they just always have bad luck and nothing ever goes their way. They don't take responsibility for their lives. They don't understand that there's no one else in control of their lives. And they don't understand that they have the power, and only them has the power to create the life that they want. A person that's suffering from victimization has probably been through a lot and has come to the point where they just feel like they're always the victim. Everything that happened in their past is keeping them from moving forward. They're always looking to the outside world versus looking inward. It's always, oh, it's my past that's keeping me from accomplishing my dreams. My parents weren't there for me. I had a shitty childhood, versus saying, okay, well, how am I going to deal with these things? How am I going to address my trauma so that I can let it go and be able to move forward with my life? The person who has a victim mentality takes no responsibility for their life, and they give responsibility to everyone and everything else. Everyone and everything else is control of their life. Everything that is happening to them is happening to them because of an outside source. People who live with a victim mentality or in a state of victimization have the tendency to not go for what they want. They're not actually looking inward and taking responsibility for their lives and creating the life that they want. Instead, they have given their power and they have given the responsibility of making their life good to everyone else and to outside sources, but never to themselves. The prime example is having friendships or relationships where you end up getting burned. Now, you saw the red flags. You saw that this person had things going on that wasn't quite up to par with what you wanted, and you chose to ignore it because of the potential or because of the history or for whatever your reasons, whatever you convinced yourself was a great reason to stick around. However, when you finally do get burned or your feelings are finally hurt, you want to play the victim and you want to blame that person. But that person showed you who they were all along, and you made the decision to keep them around. You made the decision to ignore the red flags. So at the end of the day, yes, that person was messed up for what they did, but it was your decision to allow it to go on. If you know that a snake is a snake and you expect a snake not to act of its nature and be a snake, well, then that's your fault. You are the one who made the decision to deal with the snake and not see it for what it was. Another great example is a person who applies for a job doing something that they know they're going to be miserable doing, all because they're too afraid to actually go for what they truly want and truly desire, because somewhere along the way, life has convinced them that they are never going to be successful, that their goals are too big to reach. But there's no one else replaying that in your head over and over again, convincing you that you cannot have the things that you want but yourself. There's no one that's not taking that first step but yourself. There's no one that's not doing the research but yourself. It doesn't matter where you start. You have everything that you need to get where you want to go, but are you willing to do the work that it takes? Are you willing to show up for yourself every day? Are you willing to take back your power and take back your control and be the one to make the changes in your life that you want to see? No one can make you apply for a job that you're eventually going to hate. The same way no one can make you sit down and read or watch YouTube videos or do your research on being able to build the career and the life that you want. Only you can make that decision. When you start to realize that you are the one who are in control of your life, when you take responsibility for being the one that's in control of your life, you can start to live with intent and you can start to live on purpose. And when you are living with intent and you are living within purpose and not in a state of victimization, only then can you start to create the life that you want. But first, you have to be willing to accept responsibility. You have to be willing to accept the idea that you are the only one in control of your life, you and no one else. So the very first step in changing your life is taking full responsibility of where you are right now and where you want to go. And then to say, I am in control of my life. Only I can make the changes in my life that I want to see. No one else. No one is coming to save me. I have to save myself. No one is coming to make me rich. If I want to build my wealth and I want to attract the abundance that I deserve, then I have to do the work. You have to get to a point where you understand that you are your own knight in shining armor. You are your own superhero. You are the Superman, Superwoman, Spider-Man, Avenger of your story. And if you want it to change, then you've got to look at yourself in the mirror and be 100% honest with yourself about the ways that you have been failing to show up for yourself and make a decision to show up for yourself, even if it's only a little bit at a time. I totally understand it could be intimidating. It could feel like this is such a big mountain to climb, but you climb a mountain one step at a time. The same way when you eat your Thanksgiving dinner and you got a plate full of food, you're not going to gobble that down in one bite. You're going to take quite a few bites, and then you might go back for a second plate and take some more bites. So that's how creating your life is. It's going to be one bite, one step, one day at a time, one effort at a time. A little bit of work at a time, one small step at a time goes a long way. And the first step, if you want to change your life, is by admitting to yourself right now, today, that you want a better life and that you are the one that's going to make it happen and no one else.
I got a new way.